Black and white Americans, how do unemployment rates compare? Even as economists welcomed a labor market recovery from the start of the pandemic, when unemployment peaked at 14.8%, through November, when it was 4.2%, Black Americans have continued to have a considerably higher unemployment rate. In November, Black Americans had a 6.7% jobless rate, while white Americans had a 3.5% unemployment rate. The disparity is even more obvious among men. In November, Black men had a jobless rate of 7.3%, while white men had a jobless rate of 3.4%. The fact that this imbalance has persisted throughout the pandemic is unsurprising to economists who have long been concerned about the racial divide in unemployment statistics. According to these economists, occupational segregation has made it more difficult for Black Americans to work remotely during lockdowns. Many Black American workers were offered the option of either staying in employment with higher risk and danger or determining that the risk was not worth it and quitting. The 2-to-1 ratio in unemployment statistics has remained relatively constant over time, indicating how firmly entrenched labor market disparities are. Discrimination in hiring has long been a problem for Black Americans. According to a 2017 study, Black Americans who delete racial references from their job applications are twice as likely to get interviews. The unemployment rate disparity also persists across educational levels, with Black Americans with a high school or bachelor's degree experiencing double the jobless rate as white Americans with the same degree. After major protests following the murder of George Floyd in summer 2020, several companies committed to examine their hiring processes and focus on diversity recruitment. However, the racial gap in the unemployment rate has persisted. Other statistics demonstrate no progress has been made in other important areas. Only 5 Black CEOs manage Fortune 500 companies, and full-time Black workers still earn more than 20% less than white full-time workers. Even the recent gains in employment numbers for some Black Americans come with qualifiers. The unemployment rate for Black women declined by 2% in November, from 7% to 5%, the biggest drop of any demographic. While the number indicates increasing employment, it also reflects the fact that tens of thousands of women left the labor force last month, more than 90,000 according to government figures. Economists agree that many policies are needed to decrease the unemployment rate gap, but they also point out politicians' complacency in addressing the 2-to-1 discrepancy in unemployment rates between Black and white people. Part of the difficulties in addressing it appears that the large disparity in employment and unemployment rates seemingly have been normalized, with some people simply accepting that this is how the economic system works, without questioning why. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It supports our distribution efforts.